we made it. We are 250 years old and we look great. Well, at least I do. I look great for 250. Yeah, today is July 4th, 2026, the 250th anniversary of America. And I've seen plenty of lists leading up to this week, and I figured other YouTubers were going to try to do something. Other film critics are trying to put together. I was like, I want to swing. I want to throw a mystery dart into the dark sky. So I I may change the title later on in life, but right now it's probably some mysterious thing like, what movie did I watch for July 4th? um, so to try to pull in, because I don't really care. I mean, my views are what they are. They go up and they go down. I don't understand it. If I got SAO at this point, I would just anyway. So I thought about the large swath of possibilities of what could represent America. What could represent America in 2026? What's a good film to say everything I need to say about where we are nowadays? And you're thinking to yourself, did he watch Melania again? No, I did not watch Melania again. I didn't watch The Apprentice. I didn't watch anything with Donald Trump in it. I watched a film about an immigrant family that was chasing the American dream. They were coming here by boat. They came to America to seek a safer future for their kids, and they found themselves harassed when they got here. But ultimately, it's a film about the spirit, that is resilient among the immigrants of this brave nation. Something that we have become so against and afraid of, our immigrants. We are trying to remove them from this country. This has the Ellis Island effect to it, where we used to, give me, you're tired, you're poor, yearning to be free. And this is absolutely a review of An American Tale, which has audio description by Deluxe, narrated by Darren Rivets. It came out in 1986. It's directed by Don Bluth. It was produced by Steven Spielberg, and it is the story of Fievel. And our kids nowadays, they don't know who Fievel is. So this is also the 40th anniversary of An American Tale, which helped guide my hand, because if we're going to celebrate anniversaries, we might as well celebrate more. So An American Tale, because somewhere out there, someone was searching for this review. Oh man, luckily it's a short movie. It's like it's an hour 20. I don't know. Um, so yeah, Fievel Moskowitz, right? Because this film is nothing if not an obvious allegory. So, just a perfect allusion to things that are happening, to the point where you actually see humans migrating to the country, and then the little mice, they have their own little immigration station at Ellis Island where the mice get to come in. And they've heard that in America there are no cats. So they have been horribly misinformed, by the way. The no cat promotions have, I mean, we are nothing but cats over here. It's the most, I mean, I'm not saying cat lovers, you're doing anything wrong. I mean, they're already here, so whatever. But they're the most invasive species that we have in North America, responsible for ending, like, multiple lines of birds. So extinction event level was bringing cats over here. But the mice seem to survive. And Fievel will too, because he has sequels. So don't you worry yourself a thing. Dom DeLuise is in this, because Dom DeLuise in a Don Bluth movie feels like, oh, of course he is. Of course he is. But it's a charming little tale. Fievel gets separated from his family. So he's like this little mouse out on his own. He had this cute little outfit back in the day. I remember it. It was like red and like a little blue cap, and he was cute. Anyway, and he meets a cat that doesn't eat mice and is like a vegetarian, but will, won't turn down a fish or something. That's the one that's voiced by Dom DeLuise. They sing some songs. Never say never. Yeah, I did that for you. Subscribe. Somewhere out there beneath the clear blue sky. And it's it's Welcome to America. I thought about doing West Side Story. I was like, what's better than West Side Story? An American Tale. It's got the word America in it right there. It's an American Tale. Yes, tale spelled differently, but that feels like the most American thing I could have done on July 4th. While everybody else is running around with, I don't know what you're doing on July 4th, but you're running around, I'm sure. I watched American Tale for you to get that out there for the world. So yeah, I saw this when I was a kid. I don't know, creatively, critically, what do I say about American Tale? I think Don Bluth made excellent movies, and the pairing of Spielberg and Bluth led to some excellent movies like Land Before Time is just a beautiful film. I love Land Before Time. It's probably my favorite of that. I know for some people it would probably be Secret of Nim. I know people love that movie. It's possible we sleep too much on An American Tale. I think maybe All Dogs Go to Heaven should also be mentioned, a film which I have reviewed. But this is, the fact that this is out there with audio description deluxe narrated by, again, Darren Rivets, who just did the narration for Toy Story 5. So it's like, this is not an old track. Just goes to highlight the fact that An American Tale is worth human audio description 40 years later. The fact that we can get this and get it out there for the world, that it's left its mark, which is great because Don Bluth left his mark. That means that style of animation, because back before we had robust competition for Disney, we had Don Bluth and his little production wing. He came out of Disney, wasn't entirely a fan of everything that was going on, wanted to break off on his own. He was a Disney animator, and he did so, and the films that he created actually sort of became successes in and of themselves, and some of them have really endured and stood the test of time. Anastasia, notably. Not all of them. I think he had, did he have Pebble and the Penguin and some of those films that I think have fallen by the wayside, or some of the Rooster, Rockadoodle. There were some of those films back in the day that I don't think made it very far, but some of them did. I think people still watch Secret of Nim. I think people still watch American Tale. I think people still watch Land Before Time. I hope people still watch All Dogs Go to Heaven, because that's a wonderful movie. But this is absolutely, I think, the best way to say, this is America. We're a nation of immigrants. We let in the Mousewitzes, right? We embrace them into our country, and we embrace their culture and bring them into our family. And yeah, I'm basically saying we let mice into the world. And it's also not the first time that mice have been used in an allegory, if you know about a certain graphic novel that I'm talking about. So, yeah, An American Tale, I always struggle with like the nostalgia effect of it when I'm trying to grade these things, like versus how good it actually is. Since it's not my favorite Don Bluth of all time, and it's not my favorite animated film of all time, but it's just a really good one, a really strong suggestion from me, this Independence Day. I know everybody's going to do Independence Day. Today we celebrate our Independence Day. I'm going to go with an 8.7 out of 10. I think it's a classic, and I always thought, like, why doesn't Universal do more with this property? Because being in Orlando and seeing that they had like Fievel's Playland or whatever for so many years, I was like, we're getting to the point where I don't know what kids know who Fievel is. Like, that playground is not long for this world. because then you're trusting that parents are responsible enough to go back through the classic cartoons and show them to kids. And I just don't know that that's happening. Um, so yeah, if you don't show your kids classic films like American Tail, Land Before Time, then they just think, well, animation started at a certain point when, make sure you get in the classics, the Hanna-Barbera stuff, the Looney Tunes. It's not all Disney. Like, other people did make some stuff, the Tom and Jerry cartoons. There were a whole bunch of different people that were creating work opposite Disney for years, and Don Bluth was one of them, and he created some wonderful stories with the help of producer Steven Spielberg. So there you go. An American Tail, that was a surprise. I found it charming. It's cute. It's harmless. And it says a lot about how we used to feel about immigrants in this country. A little bit better. It reminds us that our story cannot be told without talking about immigrants. So the fact that we're so against them is kind of sad this July 4th. So 250 years of us all coming here, because if you look like me and you have my skin tone, you are not indigenous to this country. When you do 23andMe, it shows you some European stuff for a reason, by the way. It's because we're not from here. So the fact that we came here, then we're like, no more immigrants. We don't do that here. It's again, deeply sad, this 250th. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys on the other side.